If you're a man over 60, here's something you probably haven't heard before. Much of the fatigue, decreased drive, weaker mornings, and even the loss of confidence you're feeling may not just be due to aging. It could be your diet more. Specifically, the fruits you're missing out on. Yes, fruits, because hidden in the supermarket aisle are 3 natural foods that can quietly boost your energy, revitalize your performance, and restore your vitality without pills, discomfort, or waiting months. I'm Dr. Laura, a men's health expert with over 30 years of experience helping men like you regain their strength, endurance, and enthusiasm for life. What I'm about to tell you might surprise you because it's not about testosterone injections or prescription medications. It's about real delicious fuel that your body knows and loves. Most men believe that decline is inevitable. But what if I told you there's a red fruit that floods your arteries with fresh blood, a green fruit that gently restores testosterone, and a sweet yellow fruit that boosts your energy at the cellular level? This isn't theory. It's proven nutritional therapy based on clinical research and confirmed by real stories. Today, I'll show you exactly how to use these 3 simple fruits to transform how you feel physically, emotionally, and intimately. Stay with me. What you learn next could change the way you age. Before we dive in, if you're interested in staying strong, energized, and confident after 60, make sure to subscribe and activate the bell so you don't miss any health tips designed specifically for you. And if you find this video helpful, write a 1 in the comments. If not, write a 0 and tell me what you'd like to see next. I'm here to help. Alright, let's start with the first fruit, and it might surprise you. It's not a trendy supplement or an exotic superfruit from some faraway place. It's a fruit that has been quietly studied by scientists for its powerful ability to restore circulation, support the prostate, and bring firmness back where it matters. Let's talk about pomegranate and why every man over 60 should make it a daily habit. 1. Pomegranate, the circulation supercharger. You'll never forget the expression on Jorge's face. He was 72 years old, sitting in my office, and said something I've heard from too many men. Doctor, I'm not the man I used to be. His energy was low, his confidence had vanished, and intimacy had become a distant memory. But what stood out wasn't just what he said, but what he didn't know. Jorge didn't realize that his biggest problem wasn't age. It was blood flow. And it turns out one of the most powerful ways to restore it is found in the fruit and vegetable aisle, pomegranate. This ancient fruit, long considered a symbol of vitality in cultures around the world, is now backed by modern science for what it does to aging arteries. Pomegranate is packed with polyphenols, compounds that act as fuel for your blood vessels, helping your arteries expand, improving circulation, and elevating nitric oxide levels. This is key. Nitric oxide is the molecule responsible for relaxing blood vessels and allowing blood to flow freely, especially to the areas where older men need it most. The remarkable part is how quickly it works. In a clinical study, older men who drank pomegranate juice daily experienced significant improvements in the strength and endurance of their erections in just 2 weeks. 2 weeks, no side effects, no prescriptions, just the natural restoration of blood flow with 1 fruit. But the benefits don't stop there. Pomegranate also helps calm inflammation, reduce oxidative stress, and protect the prostate, 3 issues that slowly wear down men's health over time. For men struggling with nighttime bathroom visits or feeling the slow pressure of an enlarged prostate, pomegranate offers gentle, natural support. And the refreshing, slightly tart flavor is deeply satisfying, especially when you know what it's doing for your body. Jorge followed my advice, just 6 ounces of pure, unsweetened pomegranate juice every morning. That was it. 2 weeks later, he returned to my office the same man, but with a different energy. His posture had changed, he was smiling more, and he even joked that his wife had started looking at him differently again. That wasn't magic, it was biology, reactivated through a fruit. It's easy to overlook pomegranate because it's not flashy. It doesn't promise quick fixes or make grand claims on a bottle, but that's exactly why it works. It supports your body where it needs it most. Your blood vessels, your heart, your prostate, yes, your performance. So if you've been feeling sluggish in the mornings, if intimacy seems more like a memory than a reality, I urge you, don't look for pills first, look for pomegranate. Nature put this fruit here for a reason. It was designed for strength, endurance, and restoration, and as powerful as this fruit is, it's just the beginning. Next, I'm going to share the green fruit that helps older men naturally boost testosterone without injections, gels, or expensive clinics, and most men have ignored it their entire lives. 2. Avocado, the testosterone booster. Still remember the silent frustration in Harold's voice when he leaned in and said, "I don't feel like a man anymore." He was 68 years old, fit for his age, retired, and doing all the right things. But something had changed. His drive had disappeared, not just in the bedroom, but in life. He felt slower, softer, even invisible. What Harold didn't know, and what many men don't realize, is that this isn't just about age. It's about testosterone. Testosterone isn't just a number or a hormone. It's a feeling. It's the fire inside you when you wake up ready to face the day. It's the confidence in your voice, the strength in your grip, yes, the passion that fuels intimacy and purpose. The problem is that after 60, most men have low levels. But there's a natural way to fuel your hormones again, and it doesn't come in a bottle or a patch. It comes from a fruit you've probably passed by thousands of times in the supermarket, the avocado. This creamy green fruit contains the key to naturally reactivating your testosterone levels. It's packed with monounsaturated fats, the good kind your body needs to produce healthy testosterone levels. It's also rich in magnesium and zinc, two essential minerals for male hormonal balance. And perhaps most importantly, it's loaded with vitamin B6, which helps lower cortisol, the stress hormone that slowly strangles testosterone production. Over time, when Harold began eating half an avocado a day with his eggs in the morning or sliced on a salad, something changed. Within a week, his energy increased. He said he felt more present, more connected, more alive. His mood improved, his sleep deepened, and that fire he thought he had lost forever began to ignite again. We live in a world that sells quick fixes for male decline: testosterone injections, pills, synthetic gels. But the truth is, your body was never broken. It just needed the right fuel. Avocados provide that fuel in the most natural way possible. They're also rich in potassium, which helps regulate blood pressure and supports heart health, a critical piece of the performance puzzle. One of the things I love most about avocados is how simple they are. No special preparation, no complex plans, just half an avocado a day can significantly change your biology. And when you combine it with other small changes, like better sleep, a bit of movement, and deep breathing, you create a hormonal environment that works with you, not against you. This isn't just about reclaiming testosterone. It's about reclaiming you, the man who walks tall, speaks clearly, and lives with purpose. Testosterone isn't youth, it's vitality. And avocados are one of the most underrated tools. We have to reclaim it naturally and powerfully. Harold isn't alone. I've seen dozens of men turn around their energy and confidence simply by adding this fruit to their daily rhythm. It's not flashy, but it works. And when your hormones start to realign, everything changes: your metabolism, your sleep, your mood, your connection with your partner. But while testosterone is the engine, it still needs a spark to ignite. And that spark often comes from energy, the deep cellular energy that keeps you moving, thinking, and performing like yourself again. And that's exactly what the next fruit offers. It's sweet, simple, and nourishes your body in a way that no supplement could. Let's talk about the most underrated energy fruit that every man over 60 should eat, and why you probably already have it in your kitchen. 3. Banana, the energy igniter and artery protector. A few years ago, I worked with a man named Walter. He was 73 years old, a proud father of 3 and a former school principal who had always taken pride in staying active. But when he walked into my office, he wasn't the same. His words were firm, but his shoulders were slumped. He said, "Doctor, I'm tired all the time, not just in my body, but in my mind, in my spirit. I wake up already exhausted." It wasn't sadness, it was exhaustion. He had lost his spark. I asked him a simple question: when was the last time you felt truly energized after breakfast? He looked puzzled. "I usually skip mornings," he said. And there it was, the clue. Because the body, especially after 60, doesn't wake up on its own. It needs support. It needs fuel that speaks the language of your heart, your blood vessels, and your brain. That's where the humble banana comes in. Most men dismiss it as basic, but I see it as fundamental. Bananas are loaded with potassium, magnesium, and vitamin B, nutrients that do much more than just prevent cramps. They work behind the scenes to relax your blood vessels, protect your arteries, and give your body the minerals it needs to generate energy at the cellular level. When Walter started his mornings with a banana, paired with a bit of nut butter and a glass of water, he felt a change in just a few days. He told me he not only had more energy, but he felt more stable, like he didn't crash halfway through the morning. This is because bananas support your body's natural rhythm. They help regulate blood sugar, calm stress through tryptophan, that boosts serotonin and nourish your muscles, heart, and even your brain. When energy flows steadily, everything feels easier: walking, thinking, being present, yes, performing in the moments that matter. Bananas also support cardiovascular health, which plays a huge role in the performance of older men. Weak circulation means weak function, and potassium, the star nutrient in bananas, is a natural protector of arterial health. It keeps blood pressure in check and allows blood to flow freely throughout the body, including those areas that might have been struggling in recent years. The beauty of this fruit is in its simplicity. It requires no preparation, no recipe, no guesswork. It travels well, digests easily, and delivers results without complicated plans. I tell my patients, if you want steady energy, start with consistent habits, and a banana a day is one of the best. It's amazing how something so common can make such an extraordinary difference. Walter didn't change his whole life. He just added a banana each morning. 2 weeks later, his wife called me to thank me not just for the banana, but for bringing back the version of her husband she hadn't seen in years. Energy is the foundation. Without it, nothing else works. And as you rebuild it layer by layer, you start to feel your body coming back online. But what happens when you take these 3 fruits, pomegranate, avocado, and banana, and combine them day after day in a rhythm? Your body understands. That's where true transformation begins. 4. Why these 3 fruits work best together. There's something powerful that happens when you stop treating your body like it's broken and start nourishing it as if it's rebuilding. I've seen it time and again with men in their 60s, 70s, and beyond. They come in feeling tired, confused, frustrated, convinced they've crossed an invisible line from which they can't return. And then something changes. They start with a small change, 1 fruit here, a better breakfast there, and suddenly that spark they thought was lost begins to ignite again. But here's the truth that most overlook. It's not just the individual fruits that make the difference. It's what happens when you use them together consistently, daily, and with intention. Pomegranate, avocado, and banana may seem like simple foods, but each one fills a critical gap in the aging male body. Pomegranate floods your arteries with circulation, revitalizing blood flow and protecting the prostate. The avocado nourishes your hormones, giving testosterone a chance to rise naturally without stress or synthetic help. The banana fuels your cells with clean, steady energy, stabilizing mood, enhancing focus, and keeping your heart strong. Together, they form a triangle of support: circulation, hormones, and energy, all reinforcing each other in a way that no supplement could. One of my longtime patients, Ricardo, 69, said it best: I not only felt better, I felt like myself again, as if my body remembered what it was made to do. And that's exactly it. These fruits don't add something strange. They unlock something familiar, something your body was designed for all along but lost access to due to poor habits, processed foods, or simply not knowing what it really needed. You don't need fancy powders or expensive miracle cures. You need the building blocks that nature already created: whole foods with specific nutrients your body craves more than ever after 60. When you combine these 3 fruits in a simple daily rhythm, you create a quiet storm of healing: stronger circulation, more stable testosterone, smoother digestion, better sleep. Yes, a real return of confidence in the bedroom. This isn't about becoming a younger man again. It's about becoming the strongest version of yourself right now. Because strength isn't about age. It's about alignment. When your blood, hormones, and energy come back into balance, your body knows what to do. It starts working for you again. You wake up with purpose, walk taller, feel more connected to your partner, your passions, your life. I've guided countless men through this very process. No tricks, no pressure, just food as medicine. And what always amazes me is how quickly the body responds when you give it what it has been silently asking for. But perhaps the most powerful part of all this is that it's never too late. Whether you're 60, 70, or even 85, when you start feeding your body the right way, you begin to reverse the damage. And it starts with something as small and powerful as a fruit. Now, if you've made it this far, you're not just curious, you're committed. In the final part of this video, I'll give you a clear and simple plan to put into action everything we've talked about starting tomorrow morning. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. Conclusion: reclaiming strength, energy, and vitality after 60. I've been a doctor in men's health for over 3 decades, and if there's one thing I've learned, it's this: aging doesn't break a man, giving up does. Too many good men believe the lie that once you reach a certain age, your best days are behind you. They accept fatigue, weaker mornings, slower thoughts, and loss of desire as if it's all part of the process. But what I've seen time and again is that the body is always ready to heal. It's always ready to respond if only we give it the right support. We started with pomegranate, the fruit of circulation, because without blood flow, nothing else works. No matter how much desire you have, if your arteries are stiff and your vessels weak, performance suffers. But with daily pomegranate, those pathways begin to open up again, and men often tell me they feel a pulse of life they thought was gone forever. Then came the avocado, the silent but powerful player. It doesn't seek attention, but it works behind the scenes to support testosterone, reduce stress, and bring back that steady, solid strength that makes you feel like yourself again. For many men, that internal shift, the return of hormonal balance, is the beginning of everything else falling into place. And then there's the sweet, familiar banana, often overlooked. Yet it nourishes the heart, muscles, and brain, giving men the kind of clean, sustainable energy that carries them through the day, not just physically, but emotionally. Because when your energy is strong, you show up better for your work, your relationships, and for yourself. Together, these 3 fruits create a foundation that I believe every man over 60 deserves. You don't need to chase youth. You need to reclaim vitality. And that starts with how you nourish yourself, not just with food, but with belief. You need to believe that strength is still possible, that connection is still possible, that change is still possible. I've walked this path with hundreds of men, some in their 60s, others in their 80s, and I've seen firsthand what happens when they commit to small daily actions. Not only does their energy return, but so does their spirit. Their posture changes, their tone of voice rises, their partners notice, and their confidence rebuilds, not through a miracle, but through a simple truth. Your body wants to work for you. It just needs your help. So, if anything in this message resonated with you, I hope you take it seriously. Not someday, but now. Choose the foods that fuel your strength. Choose the habits that restore your energy. Choose to live like the man you still are, because this isn't the end. It's just a new beginning. And you are the one holding the pen, ready to write what comes next. If this video made a difference for you and you want to support real health advice, no nonsense, specifically designed for men like you, consider making a small donation. It allows us to keep this channel ad-free, completely independent, and 100% focused on giving you the honest truth you need. Every little contribution helps. The donation link is right below.